Welcome back to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Pelican, built tough for all situations. Go to pelican.com. YakGadget, for all your fine kayak fishing accessory needs. Go to YakGadget.com. Eastport Marina, on the beautiful shores of Dale Hollow Lake, for all your lodging, kayaking, and fishing needs. Go to eastport.info. Now let's get this show started.
Hey guys, it's Takeover Tuesday. Cyber sales 25, 30, 50, whatever percent off. Let's do this.
Welcome to a special edition of the Rusty Hook Podcast, streaming live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. 1 hour of straight talk regarding tournament news, angler profiles, gear reviews, and more. Now let's get our show started by joining with John Rapp, our host.
All right, guys. Hey, it's John Rapp, Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. Make sure you go up, like, share, and follow. Make sure you check out my socials up on the top right of the show screen. Hey, tonight we're going to talk about some cyber sales, and ain't nobody better to bring on the show when it comes to sales than the marketing daddy, the pod daddy, the bro master, Mr. Brian Schiller. Hey, Brian.
I don't know if I'm like the number one guy, but hey, before we get into it, I want to know what shopping mall you're going to be at so I can come tell you what I want for Christmas.
Well, let me tell you, you can sit on my lap anytime.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Now, I've been working real hard on this since we went to ICAST, man. If you remember,
Yeah.
it's starting to get back to its natural colors a little bit here. But I've been working on it.
I saw a picture you posted. I think you were out to dinner with your son, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy crap, John's beard's getting long."
That was before I trimmed it up underneath here a little bit. Yeah. I try to keep it reasonably neat because I don't want to embarrass Beth or anything. But
Hey,
it's
being
looking
festive.
good.
You're being
Hey,
festive.
that's it.
I like it.
That's why I got my little wire glasses on.
Right on.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you. Obviously you're in the truck. You're leaving work, running late, going back to the house, and I appreciate you taking.
No worries. I got out of work and I came out to dinner with my wife and my son, and I'm like an hour from home, so I didn't want to make you wait. So. Oh
no worries, and I appreciate that. I'm sure, we're running on schedule like normally here on a Tuesday night, but anytime we can get the OG, the God Pod Father on the show, we want to do that, man. So, guys, make sure you check out Brian, all his socials. If you don't know who Brian Schiller is, I don't know why you're even here. He is the Pod Father. He's the paddle and fin master. He brought me into the family and the mafia. But yeah, so I appreciate that, and I'm glad to be here and promote everything that we do at Paddle and Fin across the networks here in West Virginia. We're running live on the West Virginia Kayak Anglers page now, and you'll see a lot of the Paddle and Fin guys running stuff on the Rusty Hook pages, Paddle and Fin pages, the West Virginia pages, trying to spread the love out a little bit more and get more people aware of what we do. Great shows. Yep. We got some great shows. So
yeah, buddy.
So man, like I said, I thought we would come in and we would talk about some good sales. I don't know what you're looking at for yourself for 2024. I mean, we can talk about what you're going to do for yourself, and I can tell you about what I made an order on Black Friday at Fish USA.
Mm-hmm.
It was here Monday. I'm like, wow! I didn't expect it till like Wednesday. I got some flugers, some present reels,
nice.
On sale. I got
those
that. Yeah, those are the best for the money. You can't beat that, man. But I picked up one of those Cast King quick bait retrievers.
Yeah.
And it's got that high speed retrieve. Buy one, got one free.
Oh, nice.
Now I don't know if they're much about them. I haven't really done a lot of research, but I thought I really couldn't go wrong for that amount of money, and the fact that the Fish USA is not going to carry junk, and because they're pretty big in our industry in the kayak fishing world. So
yeah, they're pretty big in the fishing world. Like, I think they're coming up behind Tackle Warehouse. Like, that's just my opinion. And
yeah,
they're both distributors of ours for DuBro Fishing, and both do really well. And but those Cast Kings, man, I tell you what, they've made some strides over the past few years. Right. I know when I first met Jay, he was fishing some of their stuff, and it was okay. It wasn't great, It was like a 1-2 season reel, and like that was it. But over the past few years, seeing them at like all the fishing shows, trade shows, ICAST, things like that, like they've made some vast improvements, man. Their stuff is super nice now.
Yeah, I when I got into the industry years ago, it was sort of Cast King was like, bottom end of the stuff. But like you said, I agree with you. I think they've come a long way, and they're getting better. And I'm really looking forward to throwing these on my Fat Jackie fishing rods from Jack Gillespie that makes for me, and seeing how they work out. Throw a topwater frog and stuff. So,
there you go.
But hey, DuBro, man, speaking of our company, come out with some huge swim baits. We had a really nice competition there for the naming of the swim baits, and I see you narrowed them down to 4.
We did, and we haven't announced it yet, but I can announce it now. So I know Thump Daddy was in the lead. However, failure on 2 people's part, me being one, the other Brian being the other one. We dug into that Thump Daddy name, and there's actually a company already using that name. So
okay,
we had. Well,
you know what? I think it should be called Big Daddy.
All right.
Well,
we wanted to leave it to the people, right? We wanted to get some social media engagement and stuff like that. So we kind of narrowed it down to 4 names. And it was going between, because we had to take Thump Daddy out of it after we did some research. So it was down to Slick Willie or Bro Shad, and Slick Willie won.
Shad. Oh, really? Awesome. Yeah. Wow. So, I'm surprised. I would have thought we would have stuck with the Bro, but hey, that's okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Slick Willie.
Slick Willie, 6-inch swim bait. It's got the hook in the hook slot in the belly, red eyes. It'll start off with white pearl, green pumpkin, black flake, and black blue flake. Will be the 3 colors to start. So that should go live tomorrow on the website.
Outstanding. Those are 6-inch, by the way, right?
Yeah, 6-inch, huge paddle tail in the back. There's pictures of the white pearl and the green pumpkin black flake on our socials at DuBro Fishing. And 6-inch. It's our custom plastisol that we use. Those baits are all made in-house. That plastic we went to one of our suppliers, designed ourselves, in part with them, so nobody else has got that plastisol. So it's a nice durable plastic, but it doesn't stiffen up the bait because of the durability. Like a lot of times, like that was something we played with a lot. So it's actually got some flexibility, some like lifelike features to it, but super durable. Like our shaky head worms, I was fishing like Zoom and Guggen and stuff like that before we came out with ours, and I'd get 2-3 fish out of it. Now I'm getting like 6 to 8 fish. So lasting a lot longer. So it's super nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, we when we were making our trip to ICAST and testing out the plastisol and doing our runs, one of my buddies down in Florida, when we went out
Mm-hmm.
that one day with those PB&J hot sticks, I mean, he
Yeah.
fell in love with them. He's like, man, I got to get these. And I see him. Shoot. Frizzy Zamora
Yeah.
from Florida. I mean, he's
Yep.
he's always talking about them. So he's in love with that PB&J hot stick. So yeah, guys. I mean, the Rusty Hook podcast will probably do a show here in a couple of weeks before we close off for the winter break, before we get fired up for next year. But we're going to do a stocking stuffer show, and I'm sure that show will include the baits of hot sticks in it. So for recommendations from DuBro.
Yeah, let me know what you need, man. We'll get you stocked up for him.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. That'll be in my stocking stuffer show. I'm already working on getting my stuff together to pull it out. Me and Randy Newton always do that the last couple of years. So
Nice.
I'll be reaching out to him. He does a great stocking stuffer episode with me. So
Heck yeah.
but man, so yeah. Hey, so any other things that you can fill me in on your thoughts on on cyber sales? Have you seen anything come through your junk mail that really has caught your attention?
Oh, man, fishing wise, I can't say yes, but I haven't, necessarily been looking, so to speak. I did see Tactical Bassin did a nice piece on tackle storage, and I have yet to dive into that, but that's something I always look for this time of year, just because, when January, February hits and you got the cabin fever, you're going through tackle, all that stuff, you like to be prepared. So I know they were talking about some of that Black Friday stuff, but yeah, fishing wise, I haven't seen a ton, just because I haven't really been looking. I've been in hunt mode, but we ran a special. We had the heck was it? We had rod racks 20% off, Dewey baits 10% off. What was the other
you
one?
had the blemish on the
the blemished easy twist. Those
Easy
are for
Twist, yeah.
making like bucktails and saltwater leaders, things like that. Those we got at 25% off. That's still going on now. And then there was something else in there. What the heck was it? Oh, our lure leader storage system for saltwater fishing. So.
Yeah, I think I still have the Black Friday email that you guys sent out.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't know if I didn't. I deleted all my junk mail for this episode. Then I'm like, well, dang, I meant to save those to just show them real quick. Because I know you do the same thing, and everybody out there that's watching probably does the same thing too. When you see something, you get on their email list.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it doesn't come into your. If you're like me, if you're not in my contact list, it goes to junk, so I can keep that. And so I have to go scan my junk mail every other day to see what's come through.
Yeah, our sales on that stuff ended last night at midnight. However,
Right.
if there's something you want, there is a promo code out there. It's PNF20. And that'll save you 20% off your order if you are interested in something. But we'll have some more specials coming up as well throughout the month of December. We're trying to close out the year strong, and I tell you, Black Friday, Cyber Monday went really well for us, so that was good.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so but
That's awesome, man. Well, so before we go ask you about that, let's just talk about something that we got planned for April, guys and gals. If you haven't already marked your calendar, check this out. So yeah, hey, you want to see this good-looking man on the screen right here to the right? or this big old fat ugly guy, you need to make your plans to come and see us at Del Holla in April. We're going to be down there for about a week, fishing, socializing, podcasting, and putting on a great 2-day tournament.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always exciting, and it's always great to be down there at Eastport and on the shores of Dale Hollow Lake. I mean, what was it last year? It was like almost 200 inches.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't it?
yeah, because what he had, 99 the first day and 103 the second. So
yeah,
I mean,
something like that. And I know there was multiple people that caught fish over 20 inches, and the majority of them were smallmouth.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Brian and them have done their research with the gals at Eastport, and they've timed this perfectly so we can catch a lot of the fish moving up to beds.
yeah.
If you want to catch huge world class, and Del Holla is world class smallmouth. I mean, it's got the world record. It's a place to be. And Brian had it rocking and rolling for the daily big bass limit last year. If you had the big bass last year, you were making over $2,000 a day.
Yeah,
so it could be
like that, yeah.
It was crazy. So it's going to be good this year too. We highly recommend you guys go to Tourney X, look it up. It's already posted. Read about it and get registered. So
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I know you're going to roll here shortly. I don't want to keep you. I know you got a lot of driving to do up there in the hood. So
no worries, man.
But if you need to run, just let me know. While we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back.
ZPRO Lithium, serious power at 12, 24, and 36 volt applications. Bluetooth capable. Go to ZPRO Lithium for more. DuBro Fishing, American-made marine applications and locally manufactured soft plastics. Visit DuBroFishing.com. Feelfree Kayaks, paddle, pedal, or power. There's something for everyone. Check out feelfreeus.com. YakGadget, American-made kayak fishing accessories and gear. Go to YakGadget.com for your rigging needs. Ace Adventure Resort, West Virginia's #1 destination for hiking, biking, ziplining, whitewater rafting, and more. Check out aceraft.com. Westbrook Supply Co, Georgia's premium supplier for all your kayak rigging supplies and fishing equipment. Go visit westbrooksupply.com.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys, to the second half of the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. I got my man, the pod daddy, Brian Schiller from the OG Show, owner and operator and overall great dude of Paddle Man. Marketing director, I mean, just does it all in the industry, man. So, hey, I know, I try to talk to you at least once a week, to see what's going on, how you're doing. And I caught up with you right before you made a trip to the cabin with Brian and Daniel.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, how's my boy doing? What's going on with Daniel nowadays?
He's doing good, man. Wrestling season started. I think it was not this past weekend, the weekend before. He went 1-1, and I forget what he did this past weekend. But he's doing good, man. He's
great
young
dude.
gun. It's always fun to get in the woods with that young man and the old Bai Chow and just kick back and have a good time, man.
So how was your trip to the cabin? Did you guys get a lot of stuff done there and get it ready for your season?
Yeah, I mean, we were up there for it was basically pre-rut for bow season, and then me and Brian went back up the weekend before Thanksgiving for Wisconsin rifle opener. In that part of the state, it's bucks only. For the most part, they sell very, very limited amount of doe tags. So we saw a ton of does, but no bucks. So came home, but this past Friday, I went out closer to home, right over the border, and I got 2 does Friday night. I took the kayak up a creek to access a piece of public land that gets a lot of pressure and kind of went where nobody goes. because of the water access, and ended up floating 2 does back to the kayak launch. So it was nice.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
I
see it.
don't think I sent you the picture, and I don't know if I could
No, you.
share it here, but
Well,
yeah, I
it
can't do
definitely
it off
sent.
my phone, but I can send it to you for sure.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I'd like to see that, and I'm sure that I can see the old DNR sitting up there with when you come rowing in with 2 deer hanging out of your boat, like,
I,
sorry,
dude,
they're legal. They're legal,
I
sir.
had the Newport NK180 on the back of the Unlimited. I had the 2 does stacked in the front of the kayak, and the front of the kayak was so nose heavy. I had to like
Yeah.
kneel in the back on my tree stand in my hunting bag. I had my gun rest in there, so I had the rifle strapped into that. And on my new canoe, I got the foot steering, so I was steering the kayak with the foot steering with my hand and the throttle in the other. And then because it was so much weight, and you're going down moving water, I had to have the kayak like down resting by my knees so I could help assist turn, and
Yeah.
doing this all in the dark on the way back.
Oh,
So if,
oh,
if
that's
somebody would have been with me with a camera, it would have been funny, and
classic.
it probably would have been good promo for New Canoe. I mean, I got some
Oh, I
photos
bet.
and stuff, but yeah, man, it's one of those things. But yeah, it was something that man, it was just getting so much pressure, and I just decided Friday morning on my way home from my morning hunt that, all right, I've been saving this all year, and I knew where I needed to go, and I knew how I could get there, and using the kayak as a tool to do that was a huge thing. And I mean, I think it was like sunset was like 5 o'clock or 4:50 or something like that, and it was like 3:45. I started seeing deer. That last magic hour. So,
Right.
but yeah, definitely a cool experience. I'll definitely be doing that again. That's for sure.
That's awesome, man. So, took a page out of Brad Herboss's book there, and used the old floating plastic to get you out there to get you into those spots that nobody accesses. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, him and I have
Especially, oh yeah,
duck hunted like that several times. We actually it was earlier in the hunting season. We did that. We ended up going to a lake in Wisconsin, and it's no motors. So him and I paddled out to a spot, and we shot a couple ducks. One morning early in the season. So it was cool.
awesome, man, awesome. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you go. Get home safely, and appreciate your time, man. Uh,
Yeah, no, I
you go,
appreciate it, man, and I just want to say, like, you know, I obviously haven't been on the podcast lately, and I haven't like really been public on socials and stuff. But my mom suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm back at the end of August, right after coming back from ICAST, and that's tied up a lot of my time and energy. And I appreciate every single person that has like reached out to me to say, hey, miss you on the podcast, checking in to make sure I'm okay and stuff like that. So, Jay and I will be back. Jay had some medical issues as well. He's doing fine now, but it definitely means a lot that so many people reached out, and especially the Paddle and Fin family checking in on me, making sure I'm good, making sure my mom's good, my dad, things like that. It's been a bumpy road, on top of putting in a lot of time and work at work,
right.
designing new products, not only for fishing but archery and things like that. So I've just been like overrun with so much stuff, but I just wanted to say, I appreciate everybody. It means the world to me, and just wanted to get that out there publicly because, like I said, I've been pretty quiet about it. Thank God it's hunting season, so I've had a lot of time to reflect on things. sitting in the woods and, stuff like that, which is important for, me mentally and all
Right.
that stuff. But I just wanted to say that, man. I'm sorry I kind of,
No, no.
whatever.
I
But
mean, I didn't know that. I mean, I've know about your issues, the stuff that's going on, and you and Jay.
yeah, man.
Because your brothers. We love you guys, and but I'm sure that the folks that were wondering, what
Yeah.
happened to the OG. Now they got a little idea that you've been dealing with some things at home. So, and
Yeah.
so glad that your mom is continually, it's a struggle, but she's fighting and she's getting better. And your dad, you're there for your dad, which is awesome.
Yeah,
so,
man. It's baby steps, right? But progressively getting better, and I definitely appreciate you, checking in on me and stuff like that, man. It's definitely been a roller coaster of emotions, but thank the good Lord, my mom's still here. She's getting stronger, and making slow progress. Whereas end of August, it was questionable if she was even gonna make it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time in downtown Chicago at the Northwestern ICU. But
shout out to them, man. Shout out to
dude,
what they've done.
It's unbelievable. Like all the doctors, the medicine, the people that have worked so hard to get her to where she's at now. It's like just 2 weeks ago. Well, the day it happened, I got to say I love you before she got on a helicopter to fly downtown Chicago, and then she had another seizure, and just 2 weeks ago I got to hear her say I love you again. So it's a powerful moment in my life, man. I'm forever grateful to all those doctors, nurses, administrators, whatever. I mean, everybody that's had a part in it. But life goes on, man, and it's getting better day by day. So, but just to let people know where the heck I've been, because I've gotten a lot of messages, and I appreciate everybody checking in on me, man. I appreciate it very, very much, and my family does too.
Oh, well, nothing but love for you and the family, and be careful going home, man.
Yeah, you know me, man. I'm a road warrior. Let's go.
Yeah, I can't wait till we hit till 2024. It's gonna be a great year, man.
Oh, I got some ideas. So
yeah, well, you can count on me to be.
Especially with some of the things in the works, man. We're gonna need some media trips in there. So,
well, I tell you what. I can tell you one thing, that I will have your shirt sponsored by Waffle House ready for you to wear.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to a Waffle House. That's the thing right now. Like, I'm gearing up for show season, and my wife's like, how's it gonna, are you excited? And I was like, heck yeah, because I'll get somewhere down south and get to a Waffle House. I think the first one. Our first show is an industry show for archery in Nashville the first week of January. And I already told the boss man, I know we're staying downtown Nashville, but we're going outside of town to find a Waffle House. I don't care what you say. He's like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Folks, I'm telling you, if there's a Waffle House between
we're stopping
Illinois and Orlando, Florida, we're stopping. If there's a hotel next to a Waffle House, Brian Schiller will be registered to stay there. So, oh, I love it, man. Well, I think we lost Brian there, so we'll let him go. Let him get home safely. Guys, appreciate you hanging out with us here tonight. Just hanging out and talking about some sales here and there. But make sure you go like everybody's socials and check out all the shows. We've been doing a lot of shows here, posting them on all the different media pages, and which we've included now the West Virginia Kayak Anglers page. If you got a Twitch account or anything like that, make sure you go find me on Twitch. It's WV Rapp, and follow us there. But I wanted to talk about these cyber sales because I mean Black Friday was pretty sweet to me, and you know, I'm always trying to find some good deals, and this time of the year for Christmas, and I'm looking for like stocking stuffers and stuff. Oh, and you know, my wife she introduced me to this program or place called Temu, and I did a little research on them. So I placed an order on Temu for this little box right here, and what it is only like I got 7 of them to put in stockings, and it's just a little fingernail kit, and I'll show it to you here. But I thought, man, you know, something like that, you can keep it in your kayak to use to work on stuff when you need to cut iron or stuff like that, you know. So I thought, what the hell? And then I started looking at some of the fishing stuff on there, and you know, all of it's made in China. It's very cheap, but I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna play with some of this stuff and see what the orders are and compare it with some of the stuff that I have here. So I ordered like a buzz bait, some hollow frogs, spinner bait, some swim baits and stuff like that. And I should be getting those early next week. So for next show next week, I'll put them on there and I'll compare them with like some of the stuff that we get here stateside, and you know, we all pretty much know when you get stuff like that, the first thing that you got to change out is those hooks. So you know, the baits could be, you know, relatively junk, but if you have a sharp hook, you'll catch a fish. So if you're buying plastics and stuff like that, or baits from overseas, stuff that's, you know, questionable, make sure you go get you some quality hooks to change them out to. And that tip, I had some really good custom made stuff, and my hooks. And one of the reasons why this podcast is called The Rusty Hook is that I'm hard on my stuff, and I leave it out in my truck. My stuff, now that I'm retired, stays in the back of my truck, in the back cab, you know. And so my stuff takes a little bit of water. You got that stuff at night, you know, the rain and stuff. I try to now keep it underneath my carport, but so some of my stuff got water in it and it rusted. The hooks, you know, the little hook backs you get from Cabela's or Bass Pro or stuff like that. So I giggled one day a couple years ago when I was trying to come up for a name, and I'm like, well, there it is. All my hooks are rusty, and I'm like, that's my name. I'm gonna go with Rusty Hook. So that's how that came about. But I'd like to hear from you guys. Let's see what we got. Some comments here. Faith in First Fishing, how's it going? Going great, my friend. We appreciate you. And we've got Waffle House is a Georgia-based company. Well, I tell you what, I need to reach out to them, and I don't know if Southeast Georgia kayak anglers, we need to, kayak bass fishing guys, we need shirts and we need sponsorship, because when we traveled last year, I met Brian in Tennessee, right outside of Memphis, and we stayed there. We ate the morning that we went out and shot content for DuBro. And then we ate there at that Waffle House. And then the next day we traveled and stayed down in Georgia area. Shot content, went stopped by Fletcher Griffin's place there at Westbrook Supply Company and hung out with them at dinner. But the next morning, Waffle House again, you know. So I will tell you, my boy Brian Schiller absolutely loves to drink coffee, and he loves biscuits and gravy and some sausage. He's just a good old country boy up in Illinois, and the man loves his Waffle House food, and you can't beat it. So appreciate you guys hanging out and watching the show with us here a little bit. Would love to hear from you again, like I was talking. I would love to hear a little bit about what you guys are looking for your cyber sales. We all know they're continuing through the week. What body of what Georgia water? Well, I tell you what. When we stopped and hung out at Fletch's place, and we were stayed there tonight and fished the next morning. Fletch was going through that water safety class that weekend, and one of the guys that we were going to fish ended up having to go to work or something. He couldn't make it the next day, so we packed up that following morning after we went to the Waffle House, and went on straight on down to right near St. Petersburg and we had a salt fishing trip set up with Captain Joe, Katie Joe, down there, and we fish with her every year on her boats, and we met with the DuBro president Brian Belchowski and his boy, and we had 2 boats, and we went and did the saltwater fishing trip. So we didn't actually get to fish Georgia. We were looking at doing some fishing in Florida, Georgia line there, but we ended up missing it. But keep us in mind for this July, because we do it every year. We load up the trucks, and we head to Orlando, and we make it a fishing trip. 2 years ago, we stopped at Del Holla in Alabama on the way down, fished a couple days, drove down to one of those big places between Miami and Orlando, Tenor Rock or something like that, and fished a day. Then went to back to St. Petersburg area, across to Florida, from one side of the coast to the other, and we fished with Katie Joe. That was the first year we fished with her. And then went to Orlando, did the 3 days of ICAST, 4 days, then packed up, drove back to Alabama and fished Guntersville a couple more days before we all went our separate ways home. So we make it definitely a big fishing trip. Oh man, hit me up, brother. We're in. So let's talk. Let's do it. I'm sure the guys would love to make that trip down there. Georgia is still on my bucket list to fish. I've got some friends like Fletch and them that fish that area. Fletch was trying to talk me to come down there in January for a water safety class. He wants to get me certified. I just don't think I can do that right now. Now that I'm retired and I don't have that 2 incomes to spend to play a lot, I have to be careful where I spend my money. But yeah, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that offer, and we definitely will love to hook up with you and do that. Make some comments, folks. Let us know about some cyber sales. I want to hear what you guys are buying, what you're looking at. NK180s was on sale. NK300. Let's see if I got that up here. Escape. Well, actually, I got the Fish USA up from earlier. That was one of the mails I got today, and you can see they got some good sales. A lot of us I know that belong with the KBF series type stuff. Fish USA is a big sponsor of KBF. They've in the past, when Randy Newton's been on the show, we've actually given away Fish USA gift certificates. So make sure you go sign up to these guys' website. I'm impressed with them, highly impressed. Like I said, at the beginning of the show when I was with Brian, I ordered this Cast King, this speed reel. It's a casting reel. It's on their website. They have them for sale for, I think it was $114, and I bought one, get one free. And then the old trusty Fluger President. You can't go wrong with it. It's probably for the money, you can't beat it, and it's what I have on my spinning rods. I do a lot of finesse fishing here in West Virginia, where we're fishing a lot of our rivers. And so when I'm out on the river, I'm normally throwing some soft plastics or Ned rigs, and my spinning rods are my go-to. But this here, I was thinking that, that's supposed to be a speed casting. It's supposed to have a high return rate, and I wanted to get something that I could throw and get across the water quickly when I get a hookup, or if I don't have to try to really crank down on it if I'm throwing a whopper plopper and I'm wanting to move it. But you guys know how it is. You're always looking for a different speed, angle, something to change the presentation of what you're throwing, and that's what I was looking for there. I've got some Abus that I use normally, but I thought, and I have a 13 fishing, but I wanted to give these guys a try, and I figured if it was something that Fish USA was throwing out, then I'm gonna give it a look at and see how it'll work out. But anyway, let me see here. I think it's the only email that I pulled up. There's some Akumas for $40 if you're into that. Down from $89. So make sure you go sign up for these guys. I mean, they're really they send you some good emails. If they do this all year, they're a hungry company. So all right, well, let's remove that. Anyway, I appreciate the folks out there hanging out with me tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and close up shop, go upstairs and see if the wife has made some. Well, Santa Claus here, some peanut butter fudge. I tell you, we've had it go crazy here around us here this year. You know how everything happens in threes, so we've been spending money on fixing the house up here. I had to replace the septic system outside, and then while we were cooking our turkey on Thursday, my stove decided it wanted to go into overtime. Beth is like, John, the turkey's done, and I've only had it in for 90 minutes. I'm like, she said it's supposed to take like 3 hours. And then when we tried to turn the stove off, it wouldn't shut off. So luckily, we were here and we was able to kill the power, pull the plug, and took advantage of some Black Friday sales at Lowe's and picked up a new stove at a real good price. But anyway, the comments after the show, would love to see what you guys send me some stuff. Make some comments for me. Let me know where the sales are. I'm trying to save some money, like all of us here. We're using these sale times to restock for our 2024 fishing year, and I've got plans. I'll be in Dale Hollow for a week in April. I'll be at Lake Erie for a week in May. July I'll be gone for a week to 10 days to Florida. And, that's just my recreational fishing. There's some tournaments from our big three trails that are very inviting. I'll probably be at Lake Murray, Santee Cooper. So a lot of them that are inviting, and I hope to see some of you guys there. And again, just want to tell you, be blessed, stay safe. Make sure when you're out on the water, you're always wearing your PFD. And until then, be blessed, and I'll see you next Tuesday.